If you asked anyone in my college dorm who I was, they'd probably say, that wild girl who never takes life seriously. And honestly, they'd be right. My name is Jaren. I'm 24, and I've always been the kind of girl who brings chaos wherever she goes. I shared a dorm room with Samantha. Sam, for short. She was my opposite in every possible way. Calm, responsible, tidy, disciplined. The kind of girl who color-coded her notes and folded her laundry before bed. Me? I thrived on late-night parties, loud music, and leaving a trail of empty pizza boxes and soda cans behind. We weren't just roommates. We were classmates too, which made the whole situation even more intense. Imagine living with someone who's everything you're not. That was me and Sam. At first, it was fun. My friends loved crashing in our dorm room. We'd party until 2 a.m., laughing, singing, playing music so loud it rattled the thin walls. But when the laughter faded, when the lights went off, Sam was always left to clean up the mess. She'd pick up the trash, fold my clothes that I'd thrown on the floor, and sometimes even do my share of the laundry because I'd forget. I saw the frustration in her eyes, but I pretended not to notice. I told myself she didn't mind, but Sam minded. One night, after another one of our parties, I was sprawled on the bed scrolling through my phone, and she stood by the window, arms crossed, staring out into the dark campus. Her voice was steady, but I could hear the edge. Jaren, you can't keep living like this, and I can't keep covering for you. I laughed it off, tossed a pillow at her, told her to relax. But what I didn't know was that Sam had already made up her mind. One Friday night, like always, I invited my friends over. We ordered food, blasted music, and danced until the dorm lights flickered from the RA's warning knock. I didn't care. It was my world, my rules. That night, when the last of my friends stumbled out of the dorm, I turned around and froze. My dad was standing in the middle of the room. I can still see the look on his face. Anger, disappointment, pain. He didn't have to say a word for me to know how badly I'd let him down. My heart slammed against my chest, and for the first time in years, I felt small. Jaren, this is what you've been doing with your life? Wasting my money, wasting your time, living like this? I opened my mouth to explain, to laugh it off, to say anything, but nothing came out. He stepped closer. From today, I'm done paying for your mistakes. No more money. No more excuses. If you want to survive, you'll work. If you can handle 2 months on your own, earning, living with discipline, I'll support you again. If not, you're on your own. And just like that, he walked out. The door closed. The silence was heavier than any music I'd ever played. Sam had called him earlier that week. She told him about my lifestyle, the parties, the mess, the irresponsibility. She thought she was saving me, but to me, it felt like betrayal. I turned to Sam, and all the rage I couldn't pour out on my dad exploded onto her. You told him? You betrayed me? She stood her ground. I had to. You were spiraling, Jaren. Someone had to stop you. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to scream until the walls shook. But somewhere deep down, I knew she was right. The next morning, reality hit me. No money. No backup. Just me, Sam, and the mess I'd made of my life. Sam suggested we look for a part-time job together. At first, I laughed in her face. Me? Work? I was the girl who skipped cleaning duty, who lived off takeout and Dad's credit card. But when my stomach growled and I realized I couldn't even afford coffee, I swallowed my pride. We ended up getting jobs at a little Italian restaurant off campus. I was a waitress. Sam worked the register. The first week was brutal. My feet ached, my patience wore thin, and I hated every second of taking orders from strangers. But slowly something changed. Sam didn't nag me anymore. She guided me. She showed me how to balance a tray, how to smile even when customers were rude, how to budget the small paycheck I got every Friday. And for the first time, I felt something I'd never felt before: discipline. It wasn't easy. Some nights I cried in the bathroom, thinking about how far I'd fallen. But Sam was always there, steady as ever, reminding me that this wasn't punishment. It was growth. 2 months later, I barely recognized myself. Our dorm room was cleaner. I kept my side organized. I actually woke up early to attend lectures, not just to recover from hangovers. The restaurant became more than a job. It became a place where I proved to myself I wasn't just the reckless girl everyone thought I was. Then one evening, my dad showed up. I was in my uniform, apron still tied around my waist, smelling of garlic bread and marinara sauce. When I saw him standing outside the restaurant, my heart stopped. He didn't yell this time. He didn't need to. He just looked at me, really looked, and I saw the pride in his eyes. "You grew up." I swallowed hard, fighting back tears. I had help. His gaze shifted to Sam, who stood beside me, smiling that calm, steady smile that had anchored me through it all. That night, something shifted between us three. My dad wasn't just proud of me, he was grateful to Sam. And I realized I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was changing. Looking back, it feels like a movie. The wild party girl brought to her knees by her own chaos, betrayed by her roommate, confronted by her father, and forced to rebuild from the ground up. But here's the thing. Sam wasn't my enemy. She was my mirror. She showed me who I really was and who I could become. Now, when people ask who I am, I don't say the wild one. I say, I'm Jaren. I learned the hard way, but I found discipline, friendship, and myself.